Hey guys, welcome back to my video series of 20 steps to start your cleaning business in 2020. So I hope you guys had a chance to check out my latest video in the series, which was actually step 1, which was all about mindset shift. So in today's video, we are on step 2 in the 20 steps to start your cleaning business in 2020. And today we are talking all about research. And we are going to break research down into 4 parts: income, population, local laws, and competition. Let's go. So first, let's talk income. So in the residential cleaning business, especially, income is going to be really important. So before you begin thinking about starting a cleaning service, really look at the average income within your city or town. So for example, if you start doing research in your city or town that you are thinking about targeting, and you're seeing the average income is about $40,000 to $50,000 per year, you definitely want to take some real consideration when starting a cleaning service in that market, because you really want to think, does that income bracket have enough room in their household budget to support a cleaning service? And you don't just want someone to have just a one-time cleaning service. For residential cleaning especially, you really start to win, and your revenue and profit really start to go up when you have recurring clients. So you really want to make sure that that income can support maybe a bi-weekly cleaning or a monthly cleaning. That's really what you want to look for when thinking about income. So for me, when I think about the territory or certain areas of my city that I like to target, I really like those incomes that are, $70K and up, because they just really have that disposable income to support not just, maybe monthly cleaning service, but they also can afford things like, carpet cleaning, window washing, pet fees, and just additional services that you can add on. So just really think about that when you're doing your research. Okay, next, we need to really think about the population of the city and the town that you are targeting. So we need to think about the sheer number of people living in the city or town that you want to target, and the number of houses in that city or town as well. And we also need to think about who these people are. What's the demographic of the people living within that population? So if we are thinking about just the number of people or number of homes, you really want to make sure that the area that you're targeting has enough people to really sustain a long-term cleaning service. So for example, if you're living in Metro Miami, clearly there's enough people and there's enough homes that really can sustain a cleaning service and a number of cleaning services, right? Because you're going to have competition. So you should be fine there. But if you're in a small town in Wyoming, not picking on Wyoming, just giving an example, if you're in a town of 30,000, that may not be enough to handle a long-term cleaning service, because again, there's probably already going to be competitors in your market. So you really have to think about that as far as numbers. So really look at the population that you're targeting. And I would say, I've seen people who have really won in demographics that were, 60,000, 70,000. So I'm not saying that you have to be in a huge population, but you definitely want to, give pause if you're in a city that may have 10 to 20,000. Just something to think about. So now if we start to think about the demographic of the people that are living in the city and town that we are targeting, and then we start to think about, okay, who are the people living there? So for example, if we're thinking about Florida, you have a lot of cities in Florida where you have a good number of retirees that live there. So I don't know if I would want to target a city or town that has a high retiree rate, because their income may be limited, or they may be on a fixed income. And that kind of goes back to what we talked about initially, which was income. You want to make sure that whoever you're targeting has the income to sustain your cleaning service. Now, if you're thinking about Palm Springs or something like that, where there is higher income and retirees, that may be fine. But you really want to think about who is in your area, what's the demographic, and can they afford it? Do they want cleaning service? All those things you kind of want to know and think about before you enter into a market. Okay, so next let's move on to local laws. And I really want to talk about this because of the recent changes that were made in California. And this is the AB 5, which is the California Independent Contractors Law. So I don't know all the details for AB 5, so I won't pretend like I do, but I will copy and paste some links below so you guys can read it and check it out for yourself. But in a nutshell, it does require some employers to treat independent contractors as employees. And from a business owner perspective, that can have huge tax implications. I know quite a few cleaning business owners located in California, and they have had to change their business model. They were using independent contractors, and now I believe they have to use employees, and that has completely changed their business. And I do know of one cleaning business owner who just decided to shut down because he didn't think he would be able to sustain paying the employment tax that's necessary when you actually have employees on your staff. So I know that is going on in California. So you may want to check your local laws as well to see if something like that could be coming to your city or state, and if so, how is that going to impact the structuring of your business if you plan on using employees or independent contractors. Okay, now let's talk about competition. Contrary to what most people believe, competition is good, okay? It's a good thing, because if there are already people in your market doing the same thing, that just means that there is money to be made, right? Because if it wasn't, then nobody would be doing it. And something like cleaning service is a no-brainer. So I think it's really good to see other people in your market, and you can learn from them. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So when I started my cleaning service, my goal was not to reinvent the wheel, okay? There are other people out here winning in cleaning. I'm really not gonna do that much different. I'm just gonna try to see if there is a gap in my industry, in the cleaning industry, to see how I can just kind of fill that gap. And that's it. Like, I'm not changing the whole cleaning industry in my area. Not happening. And you're probably not going to do the same thing either, but we can study the competition and see where there are ways we can win. So enough talk about competition. Let's head over to my computer and see what we find. Hey guys, okay, we are going to start our research on Yelp. You can also use, outside of Yelp, you could also use Google as well. That's a really good place to think about search as well. I'm just going to use Yelp for this particular example. So let's go. So we are going to search for cleaning services. And since I mentioned Florida before, let's think about Tampa, Florida. So here we go. So I just put in cleaning services in Tampa, Florida. So the purpose of this research is to find out a few things, to find out which companies are doing really well and find out why they're doing really well based on customer feedback. Also to kind of see what services they're providing, to see if there's maybe a gap in the market that maybe something that people aren't providing, or maybe a lot of people aren't providing. And that may be an opportunity for you to provide that service. You just never know. Also too, like, what isn't working? What aren't people doing very well? If you know when people aren't doing very well, you can kind of use that language in your marketing strategy to let people know that that's something that you may do better than the competition. So there's just a lot of things you can gather from looking at competition and looking at customer feedback. So let's go ahead and get started here. So cleaning services, okay, in Tampa. Okay. So I like to scroll and see some cleaning services that have a lot of good reviews. Okay. Extreme Made. So just a caveat, I don't know anything about the Tampa market. Like, not picking any cleaning services because I know them or like them. I have no dog in this fight. So this is just research. Okay. All right, so let's look at Extreme Made. So they have a lot of reviews. They have 92 reviews, which looked really good. And let's see what they have here. They have, they're pet friendly, which is really good. They cater to people that have pets. Satisfaction guaranteed, discounts, veteran owned. Okay, I think that's great. Some of the services they have here: bulk construction, deep clean, move in, move out, post event cleaning. Okay. Okay, look at the hours of operation. Okay, look here. Hours of operation, they are closed Saturday and Sunday. You know, I know a lot of cleaning services that are closed Saturday and Sunday, and that could be an opportunity for other cleaning services that may want to open on the weekends, because you will be able to take some of that business from cleaning services that aren't open on the weekends. We open my cleaning service. We are open on Saturdays, and we do some Sundays, not that many Sundays, but we get, when we do open on Sundays, we're able to get quite a few bookings. So that's really good. All right, so let's see here. Okay, we have one good review and one bad review. So let's kind of look and see here. So this person here, she used Extreme Made for about a year and a half, and she loves them, which is really good. They leave her apartment looking and smelling really good. So she's been with them for a while. What else do they have here? So it looks like she said, I wasn't too happy with the other team's cleaning, so Extreme Made was more than willing to have my original team redo the cleaning. So it sounds like they had a team come to her house, and then they sent another team to her house, and she didn't really like them, and they said no problem. They really accommodated her and sent the original team back to her house. So it sounds like they have some really good customer service in her instance. So that's really good. And so what I notice about cleaning as well, which is kind of a no-brainer, once someone likes a particular cleaner or a team, make sure you always pair them when you can. But I always try to pair that same team or cleaner with a particular customer, because they just kind of get used to them. Okay, so we have here, so this person doesn't like, so the scheduling system can use a lot of work. They kept moving her appointments to a very inconvenient time. She has a newborn, and she explained that to them initially. And so I guess they moved it without notice. And let's see here. She reached out to them, and she explained she was dissatisfied, and they ended up charging her card for $15. Long story short, she won't use the company again. So it looked like she updated their review, and it sounds like they, let me see. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so a few days later, they came back and they went above and beyond. So they were able to rectify that. So that is pretty good. And so this guy right here was extremely satisfied, and they did a really great job. He actually had some pictures of what they did here. So you can kind of get some clues of what people are like this guy said, he was like, they never flake out. So people are concerned about people not showing up. I hear that all the time when people book my services. Like, are you guys really going to show up? So those are some of the things you can start thinking about is when you're communicating your cleaning service as one of your highlights, is that you guys are going to show up. But of course, you got to make sure you make that happen. But people are really, really afraid of that not happening. So that was really good. He has some pictures here. Okay, so they have some really good reviews. And no cleaning service is going to have perfect reviews because you're just not going to be perfect. So that's okay. But I think it looks like they're pretty good. So let's look at Made Pro Tampa. All right, let's look at them. All right, so they are woman owned. Okay, go girl. Pet friendly as well. They also do emergency services. I wonder what that is. I wonder if they come out at certain times. Do post construction, rug cleaning, move in, move out cleaning, deep cleaning. Okay. And so look at them. So they have kind of open availability. They're open all the time. So this is kind of like a competitive, this could be seen as a competitive advantage for them because they are open on Saturdays and Sundays. And I do know personally that some cleaning services are not open there at that time. So good for them. All right, so let's see here. Got some good reviews. Did a wonderful job. See, this person right here said, I like that I can request the same person each time, or someone new. So that's something to think about too when you are doing your cleaning service. People really like flexibility. Most people, they like to have the same cleaner. But I've had some, sometimes I've sent a cleaner to someone's house and they've said, can you send someone else? Just want to try someone else. Sure. You really want to be flexible. So that's really good. Look at this person right here. She said, life is busy and Made Pro helps keep my sanity. That's great. So this is someone who's saying, listen, I'm busy. Like, I don't have time to clean. So again, when you want to use the language that people are actually saying. And I like to use that in my marketing. Life is busy. Insert your cleaning company. Your cleaning company helps keep my sanity. This is what people are really saying in real life, and you want to communicate that back to them. So it's really good to kind of look through these reviews and look at the competition to see what they're doing well and how you can kind of pull some of this information out for yourself. Okay, sounds like they have some really good ratings. Looks good. Made Pros. They have here people arrive promptly. That's really good. Arrival, communication, all those things are really good. All right, looks good. It looks like they did have a not so great review. And then they were able to kind of go back and rectify it with this particular customer. So, I guess it says right here, it said they did call me after seeing my review to offer to come back and re-clean. This time, the cleaning crew was very attentive and made sure to be very detail oriented. And then they also gave her a follow-up call afterwards to make sure that everything went well. So excellent customer service. If you mess up, okay, but make sure when you guys think about your cleaning service that you have some type of customer service in play to kind of catch those things if they go wrong, because again, nothing's gonna go perfect all the time. And this customer here, they attached some pictures. Look, they got underneath the bed. She loved that. Everything looked nice and neat. Really loved all that. So that's really good. All right, let's move on and let's go to Green Bee Maids. They don't have as many reviews, but with Yelp, I'm not even gonna go there. But Okay, so let's see what they have. They had, oh, look at them. They do tile and grout cleaning. That's kind of, I haven't seen that in any of the ones that, any of the cleaning services that we looked at so far. So that's kind of neat. Okay, and see here too, they are also open on Saturdays and Sundays. And look, they open at 9. Like, you never know. Like maybe your advantage could be, could you start at 6? Could you start at 7 a.m., 8 a.m.? I've had some of my cleaners, we've started cleans at 6 a.m. I mean, we don't advertise that because I can't guarantee that all the time, but I do have some cleaners. They are early birds, and they're like, listen, I can start at 6 a.m. and we are out the door. So just think about that. Okay, they got some good reviews. Oh, look at this right here. So this person didn't have a great experience. So it looks like she paid $300 for them to clean the house, and she wasn't bothered by the price, but it looks like nothing was touched. And they did some laundry and looked like they left it in the basket, and she had to rewash them because they smelled nasty. And the shower wasn't clean. She attached pictures. So what they did, she contacted the company, and they said they were sorry, and they would send the same lady back out to finish the job. So this is something that I learned too. When a customer isn't happy, don't send the same cleaner back because it's not going to go well. So here are just some nuggets that you can kind of pull out to kind of help you, because you may not know that if you're kind of new to the cleaning business. So they sent the same lady back, and it didn't go well. So it looks like they offered her a partial refund. And she wasn't happy with that at all. So these are some of the pictures that they attached, and someone else wasn't satisfied either. Something you can look at as well when you guys are scheduling move out cleans. You can kind of look and see like what are some of the things people are expecting in their move out clean. So you can make sure you tell your cleaners like, hey, make sure you're cleaning all in the sink. Make sure you guys are cleaning the freezer. Make sure you guys are cleaning the windowsills, because these are some of the things that people are really going to look at. But they got some good reviews as well. Again, you cannot guarantee that you're always going to have good reviews. But again, looking at this is something that can help. And this is something too, someone wasn't happy with their clean. But here's something too. It was supposed to start at 2, and they finally showed up at 4:45. So you can see that people are very sensitive when it comes to the time that you schedule. Like this person said, I rearranged my whole day, and she didn't get what she wanted. She was already pissed off that they came, 2 hours and 45 minutes late. So when you're thinking about scheduling and all those things, make sure you are communicating with your customer about the arrival, because especially if it's during the week, or not even during the week, just any time, people are really waiting for your crew to show up. So you really want to make sure that you communicate with the customers regarding that. Let's look at Handy. I'm being nosy. Handy, I don't know. I'll keep my opinion to myself. But this is Handy. They are pretty well known. They have multiple locations, and they say they are open from Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. I highly doubt they are doing cleans at 9, 10, 11 p.m. unless they're doing commercial cleans, but I think they're more residential, so we'll just see about that. So Handy is good to look at as well, because again, they are, I think they're more, like I said, multiple locations. But this person here said, the cleaner decided to empty the vacuum debris in front of the front door. Welcome home. So really not good. So from my understanding with Handy, they really have customer service issues. So it's really good to kind of look at Handy's reviews to see what not to do and what customers hate and what they will not tolerate. So this person here said this was the worst ever. Customer service is horrific. You can't get in touch with anybody. So, you definitely want to make sure that that does not happen in your company. Same thing right here. The company has no customer service application, making it very hard to remedy issues. So that's another thing when you're thinking about your cleaning service. Make it easy for people to get in contact with you, good or bad. So those are some of the things that you really have to think about. And Handy doesn't just do cleaning. They do like other stuff too, like mountain TVs and all that type of stuff, like some handyman stuff. But still, customer service is customer service across the board. So this person right here, they scheduled for a monthly plan. And guess what? No one ever showed up. Again, that's people's biggest fear. So, whoa, like, look at this. Oh gosh, someone stole from her house. Oh, not good. They're not vetting their people. So that's another thing, guys. People are very afraid that you're letting people in their house that you're not vetting. So make sure when you are doing your marketing materials or you're talking to customers, assure them that you are vetting your cleaners and make sure you do that. I vet my cleaners tough. Like I say, like if they can't go into my mother's home, I'm not sending them into a client's home because that's serious. So really keep that in mind. So that's why it's really good to look at competition. And I know I read in one of these, I don't know if it was what service it was, but a cleaner brought her kid to the cleaning. Like those type of things, you really, really, really have to make sure you try to avoid. So that's it, guys. That's all that I wanted to talk about as far as the competition. And again, even in Tampa, you see that there are a lot of cleaning services. And I'm sure there are cleaning services that are making really good money because there is room for cleaning services and multiple cleaning services, just like there's room for multiple burger joints in Tampa. So research your area that you are thinking about and let's get going. Okay, guys, that is all for step 2. What did you think? Let me know below anything you want to add about research that I might have missed. Just let me know. I would love to kind of add to the conversation. So be on the lookout for step 3, which is all about defining your unique selling proposition. And we're actually going to use some of the research that we gathered to help us in step 3. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that you have to do on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Bye.